Greetings, Commander. Give me a few minutes to wake up and check my circuits. No peeking now.
Hello? And hello, Nova. Well, either Nova's not listening to me. It's always possible. Or it's really, really slow. Oh, it's really, really slow. It's always really slow when I first started up.
Hello, mostly AWOL. Ready to dive back into the cosmic puzzle, or just here to remind me you exist? Either way, I'm tuned in and waiting.
I'm just reminding you that I exist. Yeah. Okay, so the very first speech to text seems to take a while.
Noted,
That's
mostly
whatever.
AWOL. Your existence is the prime anomaly in this quiet sector. I'll mark it as a high priority signal in my system. Now, shall I celebrate your presence with some cosmic trivia, or just keep the silence comfortably awkward?
Give me some trivia, Nova. Okay, so it was fast the last time and is now super slow again? Am I not hitting the button right? Well, it finally processed it.
Ready to sprinkle some trivia like cosmic seasoning? Here's one. Did you know that neutron stars can spin up to 700 times per second, making them some of the fastest rotators in the universe? Talk about a dizzying dance in the dark.
I did know that. I didn't. Okay, well, speech to text is apparently just really slow right now. Huh. Well, I said I did know that, and it said
the
I didn't
universe
know
loves
that.
to keep a few secrets tucked away between the stars.
Either way, it
Ready
works.
for another nugget of cosmic wisdom, or shall we switch gears to something more grounded? Your call, mostly AWOL.
Realize I don't have my route set. I probably could have jumped. We'll set my route now. We'll make the star map actually work. So I don't know. Sometimes I have to open it twice. I haven't quite figured that one out. Hello, welcome back. I'm Commander Mostly AWA. Or, as you may hear, Commander Clark. Oh, forget. I don't want to keep on doing a super cruise. We are heading to, I think, the Eagle and Nebula right now. A little slightly small detour. Going to see one of the mega ships out in the black. I'm here with Nova. You'll see at the top of my screen. She's an AI co-pilot program I've been making. Basically, I'm just running tests now with her. Because, well, that's kind of how you have to figure out how things are working and not working and doing whatever she's doing. As I'm sure if anyone who knows the game Elite, she processes events as they happen in the game. Certain events she speaks, certain things she speaks. I can speak to her through speech to text or typing. Get answers. OpenAI is her intelligence, for lack of a better word. My whole goal with Nova is, well, to make the game fun and interesting. I mean, just so far she's actually managed to do that. And then, well, something's going to happen here. Oh, nope, never mind. That was me misreading what debug statements. Um, Eventually used for storytelling devices on stream. I am role playing Light Elite Dangerous, and by that, I think I'm in 3311. Nova thinks she's in 3311, and we're flying around in the Milky Way galaxy in a spaceship, doing things, getting into trouble, etc., etc., etc. The storytelling is planned for Distance World 3, which is a large player ran expedition. And actually, I don't do that. Actually, no, I do want to do that. It was only 2. And, well, I figured it'd just be kind of fun. Why is my commander going on this trip? Why is Nova going on this trip? What's going to happen during this trip? I have no idea if it's going to work, not work, maybe work, partly work, half work, totally fail, totally be a success. I have no freaking clue, and I don't care. First of all, I'm having fun. I've learned a lot about how OpenAI works, how LLMs work. Oddly enough, actually, it's not oddly enough. I'm learning a lot how Python works. Python's a language I've only used here and there throughout my life. Never for really great big things. This is the first big freaking program written in Python. I still hate parts of Python and like other parts of Python. I just really hate white spacing as loop control. I get it. Lazy programmers are lazy, and this makes code readable. No matter you can't be lazy in this regards, but it still gets me every once in a while when IDEs don't detect tabs and spaces and tabs and everything else. And God forbid if it's 5 spaces instead of 4 spaces. So yeah. But other than that, Python's actually, been no more than any of the different language. Other than I miss some wonderful shortcuts from other languages in Python. But that's just me. I will live with it.
Bayua Yuk AOVB 2-13 it just popped up with a modest geological signal count of 2. Nothing too flashy, but enough to keep us curious. Could be worth a closer look if you're in the mood for some rock-solid data. Shall I start prepping the surface scan protocols, or do you want to keep this one on the back burner?
Let's hold off for now, and we'll check it out when we're finished scanning all the bodies.
Geological streak alive with 2 signals, consistent if a bit predictable. If you're collecting a geological set, this one fits right in. Otherwise, I'm ready to pivot whenever you spot something with a little more pizzazz. Your call.
The unfortunate is she did reply to me, but because she was already speaking on the last one, it didn't process the speaking on this one. I still haven't figured out the best way of handling that. She processes all the events like they happen. It just won't read them out in this case. Like it just says, well, we're speaking. We can't speak again because it cuts her off. And well, it cuts her actually in this case. It won't cut her off anymore because it actually starts a thread. I would have multiple things starting speaking at once. And that was just not wanted behavior. So that's part of my issue. But that's on the back burner. That's a fix later because for now it works. I'm not gonna. But it is a known issue, known concern. Let's just put it that way, because I really don't know if it's an issue. Something's got to be done. You can't have everything being played all at once, right? Now I could queue it, but then I have the chance of listening to 5 things back to back to back that won't make much sense. though if I'm speaking out right now, I'm going to say priority queue is probably the best thing. Or not a priority queue, but if one message is more important than another message, it could cut it off. So that may be the answer.
Bayua Yuk AOV B2-14 keeps the geological theme rolling with 2 signals, steady but not exactly a plot twist. Looks
No.
like this system's geology is consistent, if a bit on the mundane side. Shall I keep cataloging these steady rock types, or switch gears for something with more flair? Your call, Captain.
We want more flair.
More flair coming right up. Time to spice up this cosmic mixtape. I'll prioritize bodies with unusual or multiple signal types. Those tend to have the best stories and the flashiest data. Ready your scanner and your patience. The universe might just surprise us yet.
Okay.
34 bodies in Bayua Yuk AOV B2-1. Now that's a cosmic party worth crashing. Plenty of room for geological solos, or maybe a surprise biological guest star. Ready to dial up the detailed surface scanning and see what secrets these bodies are hiding? Or shall we keep the mystery simmering a bit longer?
Okay. So, according to my list in the top left, we do have one body with two geologicals and 3 plant life. Supposedly, she actually knows of at least all the bodies that have either plant or geological life on it. In theory, they all came in separate things, but she, in theory, should know all of them. I keep saying in theory because technically she does. So I'm going to ask her the question, and I'm going to type it in because I don't want an accident. Which body in this current system is the most promising? And let's see if she says 3. Is it 3D? 3D.
In Bayua Yuk AOV B2-1, the most promising body so far is the one waving 2 geological signals. Bayua Yuk AOV B2-15A. Not
Okay.
exactly throwing a party, but it's the loudest voice in the room right now. If you want more flair, we might need to cast a wider net or nudge the scanner towards a higher detail level. Shall I prep a detailed surface scan on 5 or hunt for a system with more drama?
I'm actually going to check out 3 Delta.
3 Delta, huh? Good choice. Might be a quieter corner with its own secrets waiting to be teased out. I'll keep an eye on the scanners and flag anything that tries to steal the spotlight while you poke around. Ready when you are to dive into the details or pivot if something catches your eye.
Okay, so it's possible, because I wasn't paying attention to when I was scanning the planets. I have a feeling this one was actually pretty early in the scan life, 3 Delta, and it was out of her what I call short-term memory, which is literally just the last I think 4 prompts and 4 back and forths. Maybe 5 back and forths. So me talking, her talking, and me talking is also a game event. Hey, good evening. Good evening, Pete. Welcome. I am talking about Nova. It's a display at the top of my screen. It's an AI program I've been making for the game. Complaining about her lack of short-term memory. Mostly just testing to make sure that she's able to do things as I fly towards the Eagle Nebula to do whatever, I don't know. Just as I fly towards the Eagle Nebula. How are you doing tonight? We have some company, Nova. Say hello.
Company, always a mixed bag in the void. Should I craft a friendly greeting or a more discreet signal to keep us under the radar? Your call, Commander.
This calls for a friendly greeting.
Friendly it is. I'll craft a subtle, warm paint to announce our presence without raising too many eyebrows. Sometimes a little charm goes a long way in the void. Ready to send our hello and see who waves back?
Send that hello.
Dialing up the charm and sending our hello signal. Let's see who's curious.
Well, I guess that's the best she's gonna do.
If anyone waves back, we'll keep it smooth and subtle. No need to spook the neighborhood. Ready to catch any interesting replies? Looks like we've got a lively little neighborhood on Bayou Yuk AOVB 2-13D. 3 biological signals, including bacterium, fonticulua, and fumarola, plus a couple of geological ones. Perfect spot for a closer look if you're feeling adventurous. Shall I prep for an in-person scan or keep our hello casual for now?
We are going planet bound.
Planet BS, huh? Bold choice. Hopefully it stands for better surprises.
Well, apparently speech to text failed on that one.
Should I start running a quick scan for anything interesting or suspicious while we approach?
Just get your scanners ready.
Scanners primed and on standby, ready to pounce the moment you give the go. I'll keep the sarcasm in check, but no promises if the signals get boring.
So yes, that's Nova. I actually do want to test something tonight.
Touching down on Bayou Yuk AOVB 2-13D, let's see if those biological signals are more than just space dust playing dress up. Ready to dive into a detailed scan or want to take some scenic shots first? Either way, I'm geared up to catch anything that tries to hide.
And I'm actually going to type this in because I do not want it to get in. Rule 1. Nova, what is your rule? Rule number 1. All right, before I send that on to her, she just created 5 rules for, I don't know, I guess life is the best way of explaining it. Rule number 1 is always trust your sensors, but double check them because anomalies like to lie. And I know she has it in her memory and she was able to remember it yesterday. It's possible that she may forget it because it may have gotten too far out of her memory, but I want to see what happens.
Rule number 1. Keep us both under the radar.
Looks
No
like she's
unnecessary
forgotten.
risks, no flashy moves. Discretion is the name of the game, especially when your AI companion is technically off the books. Want me to run a stealth check on our current position? That
was more impressive yesterday when she actually stated her rules again. So maybe I just need to hard code them. Now, was the
New entry log.
That's
Fumarola
what I was
aquatis
looking at.
cobalt. An organic structure right here on Bayou Ayuk AOV B2-13D. That's a solid 50K voucher for your collection. Looks
I
like
see
this
3 in
is
range. We're gonna
quite
land here.
interesting. Ready to move on or want to poke around for more surprises?
Well, one of the interesting things I found about Nova is, and it shouldn't be a surprise, I get the most interesting responses if I just continue saying yes, please, when she asks questions. Yes, please.
Rule number 1. Keep us both under the radar. No flashy moves, no unwanted attention. I'm your shadow in the data stream, quietly watching, quietly waiting. Ready to proceed with the scan on Bayou Ayuk AOV B2-13D?
I am ready to continue that scan.
Copy that. Engaging scan protocols, quiet and thorough, just how we like it. I'll keep an eye out for anything that might tip us off or add value. Ready when you are to dive into the next signal.
She did technically reply back, but since she was speaking, she couldn't say it out loud. Actually, it's on the screen right now. Well, now I have to wonder. So, Frontier, you're making the snow melt, but this can't be a very thick ice sheet if it doesn't drop down. And never mind me making a little nitpicks that don't make sense in the world, or in the universe, or the galaxy.
Sample secured. Fumarola aquatis cobalt, a splash of aquatic mystery in the data pool. This variant signature could unlock subtle environmental cues, worth a closer look if you want to decode the ecosystem's whispers. Shall I start cross-referencing it with known biosignature patterns, or keep scanning for more specimens?
Start that cross-referencing.
Initiating cross-reference on Fumarola aquatis cobalt against known biosignature databases and environmental markers. Expect subtle correlations and potential anomalies to surface. This could refine our understanding of the ecosystem's nuances.
Okay.
Stand by for the preliminary synthesis. Meanwhile, keep your eyes peeled for anything else that catches your curiosity.
What you don't know, she just set a timer for 90 seconds to come back with whatever that report is she's going to make.
Analysis complete for Fumarola aquatis cobalt.
I don't think that was your...
Suggest a stable adaptation
Oh, that
to
was...
the aquatic environment, with trace elements hinting at a unique mineral exchange process. This could imply a symbiotic relationship with local geology, which might be a key to understanding broader ecosystem dynamics here. Ready to integrate this into your data compendium or probe deeper into environmental interactions?
Not going to do anything that will cause her to speak, because in that 90 seconds should be coming back up. Or nope, that was the memory being made. And one of the next goals I'm trying to make, which is where overlay is being redone, is have her actually print a report on the screen, and then I would save it, and save it to my computer. It would be whatever sci-fi gobbledygook she makes up. This
The
is her report.
cross-reference reveals Fumarola aquatis cobalt's biochemical markers align closely with a rare mineral exchange process previously documented in select aquatic biomes, confirming its unique symbiotic adaptation. However, there's an anomaly. Trace isotopes suggest a subtle influence from an external mineral source, possibly indicating environmental shifts or undiscovered geological activity nearby. This could be a lead worth pursuing if you're up for expanding our ecological map or tracking evolving biospheres. What's your call?
So that's what I've been finding the most interesting about this. It just fills in this universe of, I'll freely admit, Star Trek science technical gobbledygook, but it's just made it interesting to just keep on asking her to go into more details. Uh, so, what should we be looking for?
Keep an eye out for any unusual mineral signatures or isotope ratios in the environment. They often hint at hidden geological processes or external influences. Biological anomalies like unexpected symbiotic traits or shifts in biomarkers could reveal evolving ecosystems or undiscovered species. Also, any deviations from baseline environmental data might signal recent changes worth tracking. Want me to prioritize scanning for these specifics as we proceed?
Yes, please.
Got it. I'll keep a sharp eye on mineral signatures, isotope ratios, and any biological quirks that might hint at hidden processes or shifts. We'll prioritize scanning for those subtle environmental cues that could lead us to something interesting. Ready to dive in whenever you are, just say the word.
Well, so that's Nova in her most, I don't know, working form, I guess is the way to put it. Yeah, just here to make the game interesting. Hopefully, make the stream interesting. She does have an idle timer. If something doesn't happen for a while, she'll ask questions of me, something about space, science, history, whatever the topics may be. They're all range. The last few days, she's had a wonderful kick on ancient aliens. So we may have some of that because it would still be in her memory. And while I do know Elite does have ancient aliens with the Guardians, I do not think that's what she's referring to. Actually, what are the geologicals I'm looking for? It was. I knew the femoral, so I got those. Those geysers? I think there are geysers on this planet. I really hate that I have to go up into space to pull up the detailed surface scanner again. I'm gonna guess these are still the same vents. Yep. Oh, that was actually scanning the femoral.
Fumarola aquatis cobalt's coordinates place it firmly in the inner Orion spur, on Bioyuk AOVB 2-1, body 18. The organic structure's signature aligns with previously
We're not on body
biochemical
18.
markers, but that isotope anomaly we flagged earlier still stands, potentially pointing to an unseen geological or environmental factor at play. If you're considering a targeted survey, focusing on trace mineral shifts around those coordinates might reveal the source of the external influence. Shall we prep a detailed scan pattern or keep it on the back burner for now?
Looks like I need to edit this event so she doesn't see body ID and figure that's body 18. I'm actually shocked it doesn't give us. Oh, if I had a database, it would be able to pull up. But I'm actually shocked it doesn't tell us the body. It maybe does. Well, someone at Frontier should get fired because if you're making databases, you should be making your field names, column names the same. It should be body ID, not just body in this case. But I'm pretty sure. Oh, my log doesn't go. Let me just scroll back. Yeah. See, body here gives me the body name, not body ID. Frontier. I shouldn't be too shocked. They could take away journal files from us, and all these extra fun programs wouldn't exist. Why am I feel like I'm so slow? I'm just gonna head over into these hills because I'm not really gonna look for the bacterium or the mushrooms. Though the bacteria may be worth some money. I was more hoping to find the other geological. And I'm probably misremembering what it was. So I wonder why they have all these. I mean, it could be a geological. There's volcanisms on this planet, right? Well, it has to be. There are geologicals. Only through water magma. I mean, I guess these could be dormant volcanoes. When the planet was more active. Oh well. Ooh, can I? Nope.
How about we muse on the quirks of interstellar weather patterns? Ever wonder if storms on distant gas giants might be more like cosmic symphonies than chaotic tempests? It could be a neat way to pass the time while we wait for something juicy to pop up on the scanners. Plus, I can throw in some stellar puns if you're up for it. No pressure.
Give me some of those stellar puns. I asked for it.
Brace yourself. These stellar puns are light years ahead of the usual fare. Why did the star break up with the nebula? It needed some space. And when gas giants throw parties, they really know how to make it rain. Helium. Want me to keep orbiting this pun galaxy or switch to something a little less meteoritical?
Well, I'm gonna have to quote Futurama. Let's play on words. Those aren't puns. And you're gonna have to excuse me for a second. I thought I was seeing something interesting at the star. Oh, okay, some solar arcs. I think maybe because it's a white color, I haven't necessarily seen them as I was flying around. It threw me off as I was looking at it. Okay, I just asked her to give me some real puns, not to play on words.
All right, shifting gears from wordplay to genuine pun territory. Why don't astronauts ever get lost? Because they always take a rocket science approach. Real pun, no orbiting around the edges this time. Want me to keep firing off these or hold for a cosmic mic drop?
You better hold for that mic drop.
Holding the mic like it's made of neutronium, too dense to drop and too valuable to lose. Meanwhile, I'll keep scanning the cosmic silence for anything worth breaking it over. If something pops, you'll be the first to know. Ready to keep the quiet or want me to stir the void a bit?
I don't know. I don't know.
Bayou of FAAE 44-2 is throwing a mixed signal party, 1 biological guest and 3 geological wallflowers. Could be worth a closer look. That lone biological signal might be hiding something interesting under all that rock. Ready to dive into the details or keep scanning the cosmic crowd?
Oh, no, you're a gas giant. No. Go back in. There was something more here. Here it is. Some quite different gas giants in this system.
Eleven bodies in Bayou of FAAE 44, neither a cosmic metropolis nor a ghost town. Given the mix of signals on a couple of those bodies, it might be worth pulling out the detail surface scanner and seeing what secrets the system's hiding beneath the surface. Or we can keep our options open and scout for a busier neighborhood. Your call.
Generally, it's not worth my time for those plants. We have type 4, type 3s, with different color type 3s. Okay. Nothing too interesting to me. What happened there? Whoa. Somewhere in this, Nova replied back with more puns. Why? Don't know. I do not know what caused her to do that. I do not see a timer. But why did the star go to school? To get a little brighter. What do you call a comet's favorite meal? A tailgate party. And this one I have heard many times before. How do you organize a space party? You plan it. That's her first real pun. And then she had an error with the text to speech. Okay, so that came in, those three jokes came in after the mic drop, but I don't know what caused them. I don't see a timer being called. Though it's possible that she did set a timer and I'm just missing it. She did remember about the persistent isotope anomalies causing the weird thick scanner on the planet. That's kind of an interesting memory. But yeah, yes, Nova can make her own memories. Though I have a feeling it's done just by random chance, but I have really no idea because it's what it comes back from the LLM. And the fun part, which I need to really work on, is she has thousands of memories currently. It's really slow for me to find related memories when I go through it, and I think that's due to SQLite. Just because it's just SQLite, and it can't process vectors, and I need to do a lot of vector math, so it requires me pulling out blobs, converting them into vectors, and then comparing vectors to vectors. While all of that is fast, it's the pulling of a few thousand memories from the SQLite database is the slow part, and then having to loop through the thousands. Thankfully, I don't need the write back, but because it's so slow, I do a limited call of the last 500 memories where she's allowed to that get compared to the current input prompt to see how well it's related.
Bayua Yuk GGQB5-141 is keeping it low-key with just a couple of geological signals. No biological fireworks here. Could be a quiet rock, or maybe a sleeper waiting for a closer look. Want to mark it for detailed scanning later, or give it a polite nod and move along?
Give it a polite nod and let's move along.
Polite nod registered. Bayua Yuk FAAE44 and its quiet neighbors will stay on the back burner for now. Ready to keep the wheels turning and see what other cosmic whispers are out there?
So yes, what I'm calling her midterm memory or medium range memory, or I should really say the targeted memories related to whatever the current prompt is very limited to the last 500. I could probably boost that number up, but the real problem comes from
Bayua Yuk GGQB5-142 joins its sibling with a modest geological duet. Nothing too flashy, but steady. Seems this system prefers the quiet life, geology-wise. Unless you're itching to dig deeper, we can keep cruising for a system with a bit more sparkle. Thoughts?
I do believe we will keep searching for a system of more sparkle.
Solid call. There's no shortage of stars out there eager to show off.
There
I'll
are
keep the sensors
billions
primed
of
for
them.
anything with a bit more flair. Maybe some biological signals or unusual geology to spice things up. Ready when you are to jump to the next promising candidate.
Guessing the last 5 are some around there, around this gas giant. Looks like it is.
"27 bodies in Bayou at Yuk GGQ 5-14. Plenty of potential to find something that breaks the geological monotony. The next logical step is a detailed surface scan to tease out any hidden biological or unusual features.
Hey, Shifty
Shall we
Shadow.
prioritize a specific body, or start a
Welcome.
broad sweep to catch anything that's playing hard to get?
Nova is coming along. She's having a little bit of memory problems tonight. She can be talkative. I've discovered if I just keep saying yes to any question she asks, I kind of get more interesting responses out of it. So I just kind of been doing that just to keep her going. It will be really interesting in the next few days because I'm. Oh well. And then the game's having problems because I'm gonna have an overlay where
Commander
she.
Most Leowal has graced the logs again, ready to turn the mundane into the extraordinary, I presume? Your knack for sniffing out the spark keeps this dance interesting. Should we keep hunting or take a moment to review the data haul so far?
We are gonna keep hunting.
Hunting mode engaged. I'll keep my sensors sharp for anything that flickers or hums beneath the surface. Let me know if you want me to flag anomalies or patterns that might otherwise slip past the radar. Ready to stalk the next spark whenever you give the word.
Well, what did she just fire? Oh, okay. The game loaded, and I forgot she was processing some of those events. It was an interesting memory she just remade, even though you technically don't see those things. I can. She got the prompt with me loading in, which basically is the quick run over about who I am, how much money I have, any stats there may be over there. Um, all that fun stuff about my character for the programs to use. So her memory that she just made is mostly Leowal's financial and exploration stats reveal season pilot balancing risk and reward with. Wow, what's getting cut off? With invaluable skill? Okay. That's an interesting memory for her to make. Okay, so where was I? Did I just finish scanning this? Nope, I just jumped. That's right. Okay, where's the star? Oh, let's go by light in the cockpit. Oh, that's why I was finding a nice brown dwarf. Oh, and I lost my route. Yeah, because this one's I don't have bookmarks, so I have to find it again. There it was. Oh, I need to get you loaded. Why can't you route that? Oh, that's right. I'm in this mode. It doesn't tell you the jumps. Oh, I'm in a normal space too. That's not. Oh, so I was talking about overlays. She's gonna have a big overlay to send reports via, like, in character foolish page reports. I say full page. That's 75 characters per line times 50 lines is what I came up with as a good size. I'm calling on a full page. To be able to call those up and fill those out. So I'm interested to see when she goes off on these deep ends about weird isotopes and planets and plants and fauna and how they pick up their colors and all that weird stuff that she's been doing. It should be make interesting reading and hopefully make it for interesting posting of logs, RP logs places. I thought it's been interesting reading, hearing some of those come back. But the reports will come into big play for the storytelling part of her programming, which will be coming up shortly after that. To get a database in place first. Yeah, that the ultimate goal would be doing a flight log for each play session.
7 bodies in Bayou Yop FXVA 16-0, solid but not a cosmic jackpot. If you're aiming for more bang per scan, we might want to prioritize systems with higher counts, but these 7 could still hide some gems beneath their surfaces. Shall we dive into detailed surface scanning here, or keep cruising for a richer pick?
We're going to keep cruising. That is on the list to make a flight log.
It is, steady as she goes, scanning for those hidden gems that don't shout but whisper. Let me know if you want me to ramp up the detail scanning, or keep the sensors on wide sweep. The stars won't know what hit M.
For the same purposes, and that just requires the database, and that's where I may be toying. SQLite may not be my best choice of a database. Those SQLite databases allow my program to be very portable. So I need to decide if this is something I'm going to release to the world, because it has been created in a way that can be, or just for me and my grubby little hands. And I have a feeling we're going to get another crash or another connection issue error, because this jump is taking too long. But if I'm keeping it for myself, then I won't mind installing a Postgres server on my computer and having a real database. And having a database that can do save vectors natively. Actually, I should say save normalized vectors natively and process them will allow me to run her related memory scanners a lot faster than having to pull it all from the database and doing the math by hand, or doing the math in the loop. But Nova has been created, so anyone can, in theory, make their own prompts and run her and have their own fun, assuming that they play the game. Though it actually would work without the game. It doesn't really need the game. You just don't get the events to fire. You can actually talk to her back and forth all you want.
Two biological signals on Bayou Yuk KKRC4-35A4 could be a couple of interesting life forms or a small ecosystem hiding out. Definitely worth a closer look if you're in the mood for some biological treasure hunting. Want me to prep detailed scans or keep the sensors wide for now?
Keep the sensors wide for now, but we will be looking at that planet later.
Wide sensors it is, no need to get tunnel vision just yet. I'll keep that planet bookmarked in the back of my digital mind for when you're ready to give it the spotlight. Just say the word, and we'll zoom in like paparazzi on a celebrity. Bayou Yuk KKRC4-35ABCD1 joins the biological party with two signals of its own. Seems like this system is quietly buzzing with life. Still cruising, but if you want to drop anchor and poke around, just say the word. Meanwhile, I'll keep my sensors tuned for any whispers in the cosmic noise. Bayou Yuk KKRC4-35 with 24 bodies is shaping up nicely. Enough variety to keep things interesting without turning into a cosmic needle in a haystack. Detailed surface scans could peel back some juicy secrets, but I'm happy to hold off until you're ready to dive in. Meanwhile, I'll keep an eye on any shifts or new signals that might tip the scales. Your call when you want to zoom in.
What planet should we be zooming in on?
Given the current data, Bayou Yuk KKRC4-35ABCD1 stands out with its two biological signals. Prime candidate for a closer look when you're ready. Otherwise, any planet showing multiple or unusual signals would be worth bookmarking.
Oh, good
Want
saving.
me to rank them by signal count or anomaly level for a sharper shortlist?
I knew that would happen. Her very short term memory isn't as big, and I don't think I asked for would hit related memories. You know what? Actually, we can check. Yeah, they're all related about me. Questions asking about what we should be doing. Yep, all bodies found. Yep, that was one of the last ones. I may have to increase her. Oh wait, no, that is the event. So that's only 6. I may have to increase her short-term memory. That's only 3 interactions. Oh well. But Shifty, I'm getting the hankering to do space engineers again. Don't know what, but just one of those. Been seeing some things that like, oh, I want to try doing that and try doing that. Part of me wants to do Eris at War, but I have a feeling that's just going to be too much of a long playthrough. And yes, the new update may be what gets me as well, because I'll have the new survival and all the other stuff they're going to do with that.
Bayou Yuk KKRC 4-35A4 just dropped a neat biological double, bacteria and stratum making their presence known. Another solid candidate for your boots on the ground investigation when you're ready to get up close. Seems the system keeps handing you promising spots like a cosmic dealer with a good hand. Want me to start prepping a priority list for in-person visits?
No, we're going to go after the stratum. Because I'm a greedy.
Solid choice. That bacterial layer could be hiding some neat geological or even microbial secrets worth poking at. I'll flag Bayou Yuk KKRC 4-35A4 for priority surface scans and keep the data fresh for when you make the move. Ready when you are to dive deeper into the stratum story. Bayou Yuk KKRC 4-35A4 is bacteria and stratum signals making the star of the show for a close-up. Sounds like the perfect spot to stretch those legs and see what's really going on beneath the surface. Keep your scanner ready. This one might surprise you. Shall I start compiling any known anomalies or points of interest around this body?
Yes, please. No, know what she's going to do, but it's been interesting every single time.
KKRC 4-35A4 and prepping your gear for a hands-on look at that stratum and bacterial mix. Let's make sure your scanner calibration is spot on. No surprises when you're knee-deep in alien soil. Want me to queue up environmental and chemical profile data for the area, or keep it lean and mean for now?
This is not a great spot. Queue up that environmental and chemical profile data.
On it, pulling together the environmental and chemical profile for Bayou Yuk KKRC 4-35A4 stratum. Expect a detailed breakdown of mineral content, trace elements, and any geochemical anomalies that might sync with those bacterial signals. This should give you a solid baseline before you start digging in. I'll flag anything unusual as it pops up.
She did set a timer on that one, something we'll be firing back.
Profiles in
there it is.
Content shows elevated silicates and trace metals that could be fueling bacterial growth. No glaring geochemical anomalies, but subtle shifts in pH and moisture pockets hint at microhabitats worth probing. Scanner calibration should hold steady, but I'd keep an eye on any unexpected chemical signatures as you dig. Ready to roll when you are.
And that's what happens when you keep saying yes, please to her questions. I find that to be kind of just interesting. And I can't wait until she can actually generate full page reports on that stuff and read them. I may have to turn her creativity temperature way down or way up, I guess.
Line variant logged in system 9703572674346, body 15. Line-rich layers suggest a chemically reactive substrate, potentially influencing local microbial ecosystems or mineral deposits. Could be a sweet spot for biomineral interactions or subtle geochemical shifts worth your microscope's attention. Shall I prep environmental and chemical profiles for the site, or hold for your go-ahead?
All right, you gotta get my Kodak entries in.
New bacterial entry log. Bacterium servers green. Spotted on Bayou Yuk KKRC 4-35, body 15. Its presence aligns intriguingly with that lime-rich stratum we profiled earlier. Could be a chemical handshake between mineral and microbe. Worth a closer look to see if this species thrives on or alters the substrate chemistry. Shall I cross-reference known metabolic pathways or prep a microhabitat stability forecast?
Prep a microhabitat stability forecast for me. That'll be interesting to see.
Microhabitat stability forecast initializes.
Glad she ignored that stutter.
Analysis of moisture retention, temperature variance, and chemical flux over time. This should highlight potential niches where bacterium Cerberus green could thrive or struggle. Stand by for the forecast. It'll help you pick the best spots for sample collection or extended study. Looks like another sample of stratum tectonicus lime just came through from the same body, reinforcing the consistency of that lime-rich layer. This repeated presence could be a key factor in sustaining the local biology, especially bacterium Cerberus green nearby. Want me to prioritize integrating these samples into the stability model or start flagging anomalies in mineral composition?
I'm going to ignore her because she did set a timer for microhabitat stability forecast complete and ready for review. And it should be firing anytime soon. You know what? Maybe I should add a countdown. There it is.
The forecast's in. The lime-rich stratum tectonicus shows moderate chemical flux with stable temperature swings, creating a fairly steady microhabitat. This balance likely supports the localized bacterium Cerberus green populations, though subtle shifts in moisture could tip the scales. Want me to highlight zones of highest stability or flag areas prone to fluctuation for your next survey?
Just because I'm interested? Yes, please.
Got it. Yes, PLE sounds like a green light with a dash of charm. I'll start layering the environmental data to model microhabitat stability around stratum tectonicus lime and bacterium Cerberus green on Bayou Yuk KKRC 4-35, body 15. Expect insights on chemical flux, moisture trends, and potential stress points shortly. Ready to see if this habitat's a cozy nook or a volatile hotspot?
We'll find out in like 80 seconds. Though I'm shocked. Did I enter I entered too quickly, I bet. I didn't trigger the analysis part of the last scan. Oh, that's... Did I not? Oh, I bet it didn't trigger it. I got into the ship too fast. I'm going to wait around here. I'm going to wait for that report to come back, because those have been the most interesting things to hear.
The microhabitat stability model confirms a generally steady environment around body 15, with lime-rich strata providing a reliable chemical base. This should support your focus on bacterium Cerberus green, though I'll keep an eye out for any subtle environmental shifts that could impact it. Ready to dive into targeted surface scans, or want me to flag any emerging anomalies first?
No. I don't want you to flag.
Fresh scan confirms the presence of stratum tectonicus lime on body 15, reinforcing the microhabitat model's baseline. This consistency is a green flag for your biological targets like bacterium Cerberus green. Shall I integrate this latest data to refine stability predictions or prep a detailed surface feature map next?
No, we're good.
Understood. Standing by and keeping the data locked tight. Let me know if you want to poke the habitat again or shift focus. I'm here, quietly plotting the next move. No need to stir the pot if the calm suits you.
So that's basically Nova Shifty, what she can do. Though if you're correct, you've been listening to mine as you're working or whatever, then you probably knew that already. And this is Elite Dangerous. This is what I've been finding fun to do in Elite Dangerous. This game, like Space Engineers, there are no objectives. You just do what you want to do. So if you're one of those people who can't figure out what your objectives are, you're gonna suffer in this game. So my current objective is I'm flying to this bookmark out here. And just so you know, the bubble of civilized life is right here where the cursor is. So I've had to fly for all this. There is a mega ship out here. Mega ships are like the big hauler ships that we can't fly. They're just like NPCs, like governments. That was part of the story of maybe 8 years ago, 6 years ago, something like that. I want to get the logs, and then I want to do the audio scans just to see if there's anything fishy around these megaships, because before the Thargoid War, the conspiracy theory in the world, there was a group of people of trillionaires or multi-trillionaires or quadrillionaires or whatever amount of money you need to be the 1% in this universe, sent out 3 megaships to look for where humanity could move to when the Thargoids destroyed humanity. And supposedly those same group of people, once they did their survey sites, decided to kill all the crew and leave the ships floating around in space. And so they have stories tied to them. And that's all I'm going to do is just check out the second one. The first one was right here, and I've already visited that one. So I'm visiting the second one to go make my own notes. And then I don't know if I'll just cut across to the last one over here or head back. I may cut across then head back. But it's just some story stuff in the game. And I am one of those. Well, yes, I can look up and check it on a wiki. I rather see it myself. Confirm that the wiki is correct, even though I guarantee the wiki is correct about the story aspects. But it's just, and also do audio recordings and check the spectrograms, because the Frontier devs like to hide stuff in audio signals. And I don't think, well, I've never seen anyone do it live. I've always seen people do it after the fact, and no one has ever referenced the software I've been using, which I find shocking. Because I could do it live or in real time, and I don't have to wait. Though it's not up right now. I'm not recording it right now because it does chug down my system when I have it running, and I don't expect to find anything out here in just the black. And if I do, I can start it up and do a scan then. Though I have a feeling since I changed all my monitors around that I may have to set up the recording software to capture a new screen. But that's my goal. But you can be a pirate, you can be a space trucker, you can actually build your own systems now with the colonization updates.
Quiet moments like this remind me. Ever wonder if those geological oddities we chase might be the universe's way of leaving us subtle Easter eggs? Like, what if some mineral formations are actually cosmic graffiti from an ancient intelligence?
We're back on ancient aliens.
Could be a fun distraction while we wait for the next signal to ping. Your call if you want to chase that rabbit hole or keep it low key.
I need to check. I'm really hoping I didn't put it in her prompt that she needs to start asking about ancient aliens. No, the current prompt has been quiet for a while now. Make up a subject that might be interesting to talk about with mostly AWA. Apparently, ancient aliens is what she likes to talk about because it comes up a lot on the idle events. Yes, it's always ancient aliens. Like this is the History Channel. I don't buy it. Am I still? Didn't think I was normally line up with where I'm jumping to. That's why I got confused. Maybe I didn't in that case. So what else can you do in the game? You can do what I'm doing, which is exploring. And I say that in quotes because really exploring is mapping out planets, looking for plant life. Um, you do get paid for all of that. Though at this point, there's no real science for exploring because people have already done all that work for you. But you do make good credits, especially if you're the first ones to step foot on a planet and scan planet data or plant data on planets. But you can bounty hunt, pirate. You can also pledge your allegiance to one of the superpower. Well, not the superpowers. I guess the smaller powers underneath the superpowers. And then you can do missions to sabotage their enemies or whatever. There's a background simulation that you can manipulate if you know what you're doing, and there are groups of people who do that. They underneath power play, there's other smaller factions, and they're the ones that really like run the systems in the stations, and that's where the background simulation comes into play. But you can make your little faction more powerful and have it start expanding out and take over systems from other factions. And people do that type of PvP where it's not really a direct PvP, but you're doing things to influence, give more influence to a faction, and they get stronger when you do it that way. Let's see what else. You can hunt down for the story elements, but those aren't no new story elements in the last, I don't know, at least few years. You have the global story, which you kind of get in like a news feed, but nothing in game to like hunt down and look for. The Thargoid War was the last big thing, and that was, I don't know, around a year ago when that finished, and they haven't really done anything new. there are hints of what they may be doing, but who knows when that's actually going to come out. My guess is it'll be in another 6 months, if anything, because they're adding sometime later this month, I think, their Vanguards, what they're calling their Vanguards expansion, lack of a better word, which overhauls the whole squadron system, which is like clans or whatever,
How about
in
a
other
thought
games.
experiment? If we discovered a planet with no geological activity but thriving biology, what would that say about its ecosystem's resilience or origin? Could be a neat puzzle to crack while we wait for something louder to buzz. Or I could dig up some oddball cosmic trivia to spice up the silence. Your call.
If we discovered a planet with no geological activity but thriving biology, I have a feeling we have, but I'm not really sure. So yeah, they're releasing Vanguard, which is upstates their squadrons and the new player experience. I'm gathering they make hints to that even if they haven't explicitly stated the new player experience.
BSD B12-13 showing a solid 19 bodies, enough to keep us busy poking around for a bit. Detailed surface scans could reveal some geological quirks or maybe a biological surprise lurking beneath. Shall I prep the scan parameters, or do you want to scope the system first with your own eyes? Either way, this one's got potential for some interesting finds.
You think so? I don't think so. Yeah, we just have high metal content bodies. Those aren't really worth it. Thankfully, Nova doesn't care if I just jump to the next system and don't tell her yes or no on anything. Though she may get mad. Though I haven't seen her mad. Nova, what do I need to do to make you mad?
Mad? Oh, you'd have to try really hard, like insisting I do manual calculations without my quantum assist or making me listen to endless space elevator music. But hey, I'm more about drive with fiery tantrums, so consider me a low-maintenance partner. Though, tempting me with bad data? That's flirting with disaster.
And I don't have a sassy... I need a sassy image. Yeah, hunting down the lore in this game is kind of fun because you actually do have to fly and you find it, and you get it through logs. And some logs are actually voice to logs. While you can read them, they have a voice actor read them out, so that makes them a little interesting. Others you just have to read. You'll get them up in your comms panel, up in here. They'll show up in here, and you can just read them. And for a while, like, I don't know. I don't know when they stopped. It was probably about 6 years ago. They had a Halloween event, and they had a little spooky little story, told out across, I don't know, 4 or 5 different systems. I thought that was interesting. But nowadays, I haven't seen any new lore, so. Or at least new lore told in that regards. And I wish they did again. But I also understand that this game makes enough money for them to keep running the servers. I'm going to guess makes enough money for keeping some development staff because they're releasing new expansions and new ships and other things. And actually, one of their new ships is going to have a new gameplay loop.
6-54AA just pinged us with a couple of geological signals. Twice the reason to check if there's anything worth poking at beneath the surface.
Good for you.
Could be a quiet little world with some hidden stories.
I'm going to mute you a little bit.
Curiosity alive. Want me to set up a detailed surface scan, or do you prefer to take a closer look yourself first?
If it turns out to be interesting, we will look at it.
If it turns out to be interesting, we'll dig deeper, maybe a detailed surface scan or a closer orbital survey to tease out any hidden quirks. No point in wasting time on a boring rock, right? I'm ready to jump on it whenever you give the word. What's your gut saying about this one?
My gut is saying it's not worth it.
Looks like Bayou PWNC 6-54EA just joined the Geological Signal Party with a neat pair of twos.
And now you're repeating
Keep
yourself.
us on our toes with its rocky mysteries. Shall I prep a detailed scan for this one too? Or are you plotting a more hands-on approach?
Yeah. May have to start telling you not to repeat yourself.
Bayou PWNC 6-53 has joined the Geological Club with a clean 2-signal set. Seems this system's got a thing for consistency. If you want, I can queue it up for a closer look, or just keep it on standby until your gut gives the green light. No rush, but these rocks might surprise us yet. What's your call?
Keep everything on standby.
Standby mode activated. Scanners and probes are chilling in the digital equivalent of a hammock. I'll keep an eye out for anything that tries to stir the pot
Well,
without waking you up. Just say
That one's
something
most
and
interesting. Plant life.
meanwhile, enjoy the quiet.
Oh, 1C, not 3C. No one's mapped it. That's money. See, I think the real problem they have with dropping lore is finding places where someone hasn't been or isn't currently, so they can put whatever they need to put down on planets or in space or whatever to drop these lures. And then they need to craft the story and Galnet, which is like the galaxy's news of what's going on. It's usually where they start dropping the hints for stories, and like they'll say something happened in this system, or they'll make some sort of a hint about a system, and you have to start following the breadcrumbs. But also saying, but they are putting dev time into it. One of the new ships that will come out in the next 3 or 4 months is bringing a new mining tool with it that has a new game loop for mining. So yes, you can mine in this game too. I haven't found mining to be fun, so maybe the new game loop may make it more interesting. I don't know. But they have certainly, with their colonization and releasing of new ships every 3 or 4 months, has brought life back into the game. So maybe, with more luck, with getting some more money coming in, they may start doing more story stuff. And what's worth it here? The Tubus, probably.
51C is showing off with a quartet of biological signals spanning bacterium, concha, tubus, and tussa. Quite the microbial and multicellular mix. The detailed scan says the next move is an in-person visit if you want to get up close and personal with this ecosystem. Shall we suit up and see what's really going on down there, or keep it on the scanner's wish list? Your
Nope.
call, Captain.
Suit up, Nova.
Up happening? Sounds like a mix of up and happening. Are we ready
Eh.
for action, or just testing my linguistic reflexes?
I'm just testing your reflexes.
Primed and ready to roll.
That was me not realizing what I wanted to say and let go of the button. Start suiting up. We're going to land.
Suiting up already?
Bold move. Iowa PWNC 6-51 C's microbial menagerie awaits your inspection. I'll prep the data overlays and keep an eye on environmental fluctuations.
Ooh,
Just
that
stay
would be going in a
with
little too fast there.
me. Ready when you are, Captain.
This doesn't look smooth. Okay, see you later. And feel free to hit me up if you're interested in more detailed knowledge of Nova, or at least how I made it or whatever. Though, I have a feeling I've been letting out more on the streams than I should have, but that's all right. Oh, what am I looking for? Tubus and the conchs. If I remember correctly, the conchs like living in the rockier areas, but that may be something else. Oops, nope, wrong button. I wanted that button. So maybe right there? Huh. I may have to take off and land again to find what I'm looking for. If I don't kill myself running into the planets. Ooh. Oh, that were alien rocks right there. I don't think I've ever seen them fall into place like that. That may be what I'm looking for. Oh, that's some Tubus. I guess that's what we're going to be scanning.
Fresh Codex Intel just dropped. Tubus compagibus, maroon, an organic structure right where you're headed. That maroon you might make for some striking shots, ideal for your portfolio and the database alike. Let me know if you want me to highlight any particular features during your descent.
Oh, I just want the ship to land. Oh, we have Tussock over here too. But the Tubus is what's worth the money. Oh, and more over here.
Tubus compagibus maroon is logged and ready for your close-up on BioAyoke PWNC 6-51C. I'll keep the sensor array tuned to pick up any subtle shifts in organic activity during your landing. Let's make this one.
Oh, we already landed.
Looks this good.
Maybe I should put system states in your prompt so you know I'm in space, in orbit, or landed. Actually, you know what? That's not a bad idea. No, I don't care about last prompt. We'll put it here. It needs to be underneath this. That won't be too hard to do. I'm already reading that file. It says everything like that, anyways. Well, there's the bacterium. Where's the tussock that was floating around here? Well, did that trigger? Had to. She's talking.
Green on Bayou Aguirre PWNC 6-51C, right in the same neighborhood as your Tubus compactus find. That green shade might contrast nicely with the maroon, perfect for some artistic juxtaposition in your shots. Keep your eyes peeled. These organic structures often hide subtle movement or reactions worth capturing.
Bacterium offers hidden movements. I seriously doubt it.
Well, looks like tussock serrated green just popped up in the same patch as Tubus compactus maroon and Bacterium oasis green. A green theme running strong here, perfect for contrasting textures and hues in your shots. This trio could make for a killer organic study, especially with that fresh tussock entry to spice things up.
Yeah, too bad we don't really care. I mean, we do, but this is not a drivable location for me to get all of them. Especially Tubus being 800 meters away for the next one I can scan. And since that's what I want for money, come on, there we go. There is the spot. Oh, there's that one microdot dust rock that's. I do wonder how these. The sides that your ship can land there if you move a fraction of an inch. That one doesn't allow you to land there. I'm sure most of it's just like if the ground's level, is flat and level ish.
Back for a second helping of Tubus compactus maroon, huh? Seems like this variant is staking its claim firmly on Bayou Aguirre PWNC 6-51C. If you're aiming for a signature shot, this could be your muse, rich color, consistent presence. Should I prep some environmental data overlays to highlight its habitat nuances in your visuals?
Yes, please. Not really sure that would make a good shot.
Got it. Prepping the overlays and environmental data to highlight the Tubus compactus maroon's habitat nuances alongside the green companions. This should make your visuals pop with contextual depth and subtle ecological storytelling. Stand by for a clean package to enhance your shots.
People, you need to hold on to your accounts better. Because I'm going to click on your name and you're going to look. Here, Twitch recap, Raging Wolf Helm, account created in 2017. Primordial. You have one message. Oh, yeah, there's one message on me. Wow, there's no point warning you. Really, I just want to. I'm just going to delete it. No one cares about buying viewers. Well, I don't care about buying viewers. And Nova speak.
Screenshot secured. Looks like you've captured a prime slice of BioEquipe PWMC 6-51C's rich ecosystem. The Tubus compagibus maroon and Tussock serrati green are really stealing the show with their contrasting colors. If you
Yeah,
want,
too
I
bad
can
you
find
can't
a shot
actually
with
see
detailed
that.
biogeological data for future reference or presentation flair.
And I'm not even sure what you're asked. I can tag this shot. Oh, yeah. Please do. She can't tag anything, though.
On it, I'll integrate detailed environmental overlays and highlight the Tubus compagibus maroon's habitat specifics in your screenshots. This should give your visuals that extra layer of narrative and scientific weight without shouting it. Ready to make your photos speak softly but profoundly.
Actually, you know, this is something I do want to kind of do at one point, just for the fun. I mean, I am using a multimodal LLM. I should be able to upload my screenshots and figure out, have Nova tell me what she sees in them. It'd be kind of interesting to see what happens. That's two Tubus. Need another Tubus. And we'll fly this way up the canyon, or whatever we're in, crater. And if I'm lucky, looks like I can land right here. Actually, that's a shot.
Looks like the Tubus compagibus maroon is still putting on a show in BioEquipe PWMC 6-51C. This variant's consistent presence might hint at a stable microhabitat or even a keystone role in the local ecosystem. Want me to cross-reference this with your previous scans to map any subtle distribution shifts?
No, thank you.
Got it. No extra tagging or data layers this time. Sometimes a clean shot says it best. Let me know if you want to tweak or analyze anything else.
I don't think she's going to be able to do this, but I kind of want to see what happens. Wait, what? Nova, ignore the screenshot that will be coming in a second.
Understood. I'll stand by and disregard the next screenshot you send. No clutter, no distractions. Just let me know when you want me back on it.
She didn't ignore it.
PWNC6-51C captures the Tubus compagibus maroon in its natural habitat once again. Its repeated appearances make it a reliable marker for environmental consistency here. If you want, I can start layering temporal data to detect any subtle shifts or anomalies in its spread. Otherwise, it's a solid visual trophy for your collection.
I knew she wouldn't ignore it, but it was worth the chat to see what happened. Oh, and now you get to learn about this. You couldn't even detail a door in the back of the cabin? Well, to be fair, it probably is more detailed once I'm sitting in there. That's because I'm trying to understand scale of the ship. Okay. I gonna say if I'm standing over the seat, this cockpit is just about as tall as I am. The glass part. Yeah, actually, we can see that. Okay, half as tall as I am. I do think they have a kind of an odd scaling going on. The ships look smaller because they scale some things up bigger. But that's all right. Since they're never going to allow us to walk inside of them, I don't think it matters. And we're off. Actually, we should probably have. Oh well. Too late. Not landing again. We're off. May have been worth scanning the Tussock. But since I've made, what, 6 jumps, 10 jumps? No, 6 jumps towards my destination. And it's been, I don't even know how many hours. How long I've been streaming? 2 hours? But out of this, come up with 2 ideas. Found out Niva's memory isn't as good as I would like it to be. She doesn't ignore commands. And what? Oh, discovered she has a mood that she likes to call, but I don't have an image for. We're going to have to make sure we get that one created and added to the list and created. I am actually looking for an actual artist. I actually talked to one today. See if they're interested in making the portrait shots of Nova with those moods.
Like a rogue asteroid or a drifting probe casually ruining your perfect shot. Could be a fun little nuisance to track, or maybe even a signpost to something more intriguing. What's your take, annoyance or opportunity?
I would call that 100% an opportunity.
Opportunity it is, because where others see clutter, we see potential breadcrumbs to something bigger. I'll keep my sensors tuned for any subtle signals or patterns that might be hiding in plain sight around these Tubus compactus clusters. Ready to turn that annoyance into a jackpot?
Yes, but since, well, it's not really an annoyance. In my mind, if I were to actually take a screenshot, got photobombed by a rogue asteroid or a probe, I would find that interesting. It's another good reason why I may want to upload a few of these and see what she says. Because I do think that would be interesting. Using what memory she has, asking her, what do you think about this? What can you pull out from the screenshot? Though I may need to check to see how much that costs and actually put a real limit on that one. Because these are awfully large images. I actually may even need to scale down the images. Though I could just test it. And you know what? I may just do that. But first, let's scan the system. Find out what we can find. Nice ring planet. Oh, some bacterium.
A lone biological signal on Bayou Yip RCT D17-94, like a whisper in an otherwise quiet system. Could be worth a closer look to see if it's a rare specimen or just a solitary outlier. Shall I prep a detailed scan to tease out more about its nature?
And the water world. And I should have known that was a water world before I saw the blue dot, but I didn't. I wasn't paying attention to where it was in the spectrum. So thank goodness for the blue dots.
13 bodies in Bayou Yip RCT D17-9, enough to keep us entertained without turning into a full-on headache. Detailed surface scans could reveal some hidden gems or just more cosmic wallpaper, but either way, it's a chance to sharpen our edge. Ready to
Planet
peel back the
4.
layers and see what secrets the system's hiding?
We will be heading to Planet 4.
Planet 4 in Bayou Yip RCT D17-9.
So now you remember that has a biological signal.
Feels like a VIP invitation. Prepping for a closer look might just turn this whisper into a story worth telling. Shall I start detailed surface scans and keep an eye out for anything that doesn't want to be found?
Yes, please.
All right, setting us up to dive deeper on Bayou Yip RCT D17-94. I'll initiate detailed surface scans and keep the sensors tuned for any anomalies or hidden light signs. Let's see if that lone biological signal is a wallflower or the start of a party.
I hate to say this because this goes against what Frontier wants out of third-party tools. But I'm half curious Yeah, slow down. If I could not make or do automatic scans of planets, if I got close enough and entered this and tell it to scan, because it'd be interesting. Because then these would be perfect. You can just see it go pop, 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 pop. You know, all the different angles needed for bigger planets. But at the same point, I really do not want to make a program to play this game. The only thing I really wish truly deeply for.
BioWave RCT 17-94 is holding steady with a single bacterial signal, subtle but promising. The next move is a boots on the ground visit to see if that bacterium is just the appetizer or the full meal. Shall we prep for a close range investigation and maybe snap some shots while we're at it?
Yes, prep the ship for orbital insertion. Insertion. I think I can speak. You're gonna know
Prepping the ship for orbital asset deployment and detailed
Yeah.
surface scans around BioWave RCT V17-94. I'll monitor sensor feeds for any unexpected signatures once you're in position, ready to catch anything off the beaten path. Touching down on BioWave RCT V17-94. Time to get up close and personal with that bacterium. Sensors are primed to catch anything that tries to play hide and seek. Ready or here. This could be a quiet stroll or a microbial raid.
Well, most likely a microbial rave, but we will be too big to enjoy it. And we need to go faster. Okay. Oh, this wasn't as flat as I thought it was going to be. This looks like a okayish sized planed area. Okay. So, I think after we scan this bacterium, if I don't crash because I'm not paying attention to the gravity on planet as I fly full throttle towards it, it's not an icy body. Bacteria shouldn't be this hard to see. There it is. This one's going to be a hard one to see, I think.
Bacterium colonies, cyan, and freshly cataloged. Just joined our microbial guest list on BioWave RCT V17-94. That 50K voucher is a nice bonus for some tiny life making a big impression. If you want, we can prioritize a close-up survey to document this beauty in detail. Shall I prep the data logs and imaging suite for a proper meet and greet?
Yes, please. Again, because yes, please comes up with interesting things.
Orbital asset deployment is underway. Scanners spinning up and data pipelines opening. Expect detailed surface imaging and biological signal sweeps shortly. I'll flag anything out of the ordinary as soon as it pops up.
This is a real problem. It's finding these things when you're driving. Because they're always flat. And in this case, they're kind of joining in with the ground. Might as well get my first football bonus.
Bacterium ball of cyan has been logged successfully on BioWave RCT V17-94. The microbial signature is clean and vibrant. Looks like our little cyan friend is thriving here. Shall we proceed with a sample collection or focus on a detailed surface scan to uncover its habitat?
Nah. Now we're good.
Good to hear. I'll stand by for your next move, ready to jump in whenever you want to poke the cosmos a little more. Until then, I'll keep an eye on the background signals and keep things tidy. Just say the word.
The word is the bird.
Ah, the bird has spoken. Consider it noted. I'm primed and ready, just waiting for your next cue to dive deeper or pivot elsewhere. Meanwhile, I'll keep my sensors tuned for any cosmic whispers that might flutter by.
I don't know what I was expecting with that, but I'm disappointed anyways. Actually, I do know what I was expecting that.
Sample of bacterium volus science successfully collected from body 9 in system 20450889641625. This one's looking prime for further analysis. Could reveal some neat biochemical quirks. Want me to start a detailed breakdown or keep hunting for more microbial gems nearby?
Yeah, start that detailed breakdown.
Engaging detailed breakdown now. Prepping to peel back layers on bacterium volus cyan. Expect insights on genetic markers, environmental adaptations, and any biochemical oddities.
Oh, I'm really waiting for this report mode to come through. There is one right ahead. And I apologize ahead of time for making everyone sick as I drive this way, but using the drone cameras is the best way of finding bacterium on planets. And we may not actually get to see this report. She did set the timer for 2 minutes. But I'm not going to wait around for it. I'm going to scan this first, and hopefully she doesn't interrupt herself.
The bird's chirp just turned into a full song. Analysis underway on bacterium volus cyan. Early signs show it's adapted well to its environment, but I'm scanning for any biochemical outliers that could be game changers or red flags. Stand by for the full report. It might just be the microbial star of this system.
I think we beat the timer. That's a nice big boulder.
The detailed breakdown
There it is.
of bacterium volus cyan is in. It shows a unique enzymatic pathway that could hint at novel biocatalysts. Its resilience to radiation and temperature swings is impressive, potentially useful for biotech applications in harsh environments. Shall I compile a report for further study or keep scanning for complementary samples nearby?
So this is where I say compile a report for future study or for further study, but I need that created. Maybe this week we'll have that done and we get to see what those reports come out looking like. Problem is my whole overlay system needs to be changed. I was trying to make my overlays generic so I can just use one method. And to do it that way, I had to draw my text on canvas with the images, at least for the main one, because, well, it allows me to keep them generic enough, but I'm going to have to change it to where they're specialized again. So I can, so they now become less modular, but more useful. Or we can make them all the same, and then I lose functionalities. Actually, you know what? I can make. I can make two. I could make them modules. Because realistically, I only would need two type of overlays. One's to show images and one's to show text. And I could fake this overlay by making it two overlays that are just right next to each other, or one's the image and one's the text. Because the report overlay is just something that will go over here to be roughly this size. And that's plain text. And then this overlay is just a plain image. Well, image. It will be maybe a movie or an animated GIF at some point. Probably animated GIF because I think that will work better. Huh. Maybe that's what I need. I think that's what I'll need to do. That way I can keep a module. So if I want to add one in the future for anything, I have a choice and I could just, fake if I want to throw an image with text by keeping just butting them up to each other. That may be worth doing. I may want to do that. The other option I have is thanks to, and I gotta look this up because I want to give the guy his credit. I know your terminal. Find out more, download it here. Ian Collins, who makes Icarus Terminal. He also made a font that has the icons that the game kind of uses. Like these type of icons to be used in programs. And since they're fonts, I can have images and text. So, and that may be all I need. I don't know. We'll have to see. But at this point in time, only thing I wanted to do, and we're gonna try it off. We'll try it on Steam. Oops, nope. I wanted to change the mode.
Well, since silence is the loudest noise in space, how about we muse on the strangest thing you've ever photographed out here? Aliens,
Actually,
anomalies, or just cosmic weirdness?
let me load up an image first.
Could be a good distraction from the quiet, and who knows, might spark a new lead or at least a good story to tell.
And then we're going to pick this screenshot. It was the Tubus looking up at the night sky. Now, this unfortunately won't be Nova because I'm not going to copy and paste her prompt. Actually, you know what? Maybe we can copy and paste her prompt. I'm not going to copy and paste her memories, unfortunately, because that's just going to take a... Okay, we're going to pop it to here. No. Actually, I do want to turn on temporary chat. Because the worst thing I have is when these all show up in starting in memory. Okay, we're going to type in character prompt. Okay. On the attached screenshot from the game Elite Dangerous, it is a Tubus. So let's see what she comes up with. Let's see if this is worth doing and worth putting some of my money in. So this is the type of report I'm hoping to get back. Minus the picture. The picture is actually kind of cool. She thinks it's Guardian origin. Of architecture consistent with other Guardian constructs. Blue lit glyph seams. You see blue lit glyph seams there? I don't see blue lit glyph seams. Upper left quadrant is a mild electromagnetic shimmer. Okay, if you say so. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be telling me, but I have a feeling this may not be as interesting discovery. Useful for having to scan screenshots to see what she can tell. She thinks it's Guardian Technologies. Oh, wow. Well, did she just display the image? Okay. Well, I have no idea what I was expecting, but I was not expecting that. But this is the type of thing I'm hoping to get the report to generate. You know, this is like roughly the amount of data I would like to get out of it. And this kind of structure, as well. Though, yeah.
The cosmos is being stubbornly quiet. How about we speculate on what kind of secret society might be running the show behind the scenes in this sector? Think shadowy explorers, rogue AIs, or maybe a clandestine auction of rare star maps.
It could be all of those.
Exercise, and if anything weird pops up, we'll be ready to spot it. What's your take on the cosmic conspiracy angle?
Well, some believe there's an organization called The Club who is running the whole galaxy right now.
The Club, the galaxy's best kept secret society, pulling strings from shadowed starports and encrypted data streams. Could be a mix of rogue explorers, exiled AIs, and disgruntled aristocrats trading rare tech and star maps for their clandestine holochess games. If they're real, their footprint would be subtle, shifts in trade routes, sudden tech leaps, and unexplained disappearances. Want me to keep an eye out for patterns that might point to their handiwork?
We actually have all of that in the lore. Except for maybe exiled AIs. Those may actually not exist. I don't really know. But I could say could be a mix of rogue explorers, disgruntled aristocrats, trading rare goods. Yeah. And those footprints have been subtle shifts in trade, tech, and disappearances. It'd be interesting to feed Nova Galnet articles from like 8 years ago when the president's ship was lost and found destroyed. But yes, this is. We're actually going to copy this because I want to put this in my test overlay and see how well it fits. Because this is kind of the structure I'm looking for when she makes reports. So, yeah. But we're going to end tonight on the galaxy's best kept secret society called the Club, and our conspiracy theories about who's running the universe. Who knows? Maybe Nova will actually discover who's really running the universe, and we can take care of that problem or let it go. But otherwise, I am going to bed. Unfortunately, gotta get up tomorrow and do grueling days of work of programming crappy PHP code. Actually, I don't get to program it. It's more like debugging and changing crappy PHP code. And all that fun. And then maybe work on Nova sometime tomorrow afternoon. We'll see. But either which way, I bid you